Hi, Scott Corum here. It's been a while since I've put a vlog up, and this is just going to be a brief video talking about where I'm at medically and with my battle with my cancer. There are going to be some changes happening pretty soon, some perhaps for the best, but still changes. The date today is January 18th, 2016. This is the last day that I'm going to have my own teeth. The medical appointment for the surgery to remove my teeth will be is tomorrow, January the 19th. I go into the hospital at 9:30 a.m. for a surgical removal of my teeth at 11:30. I'm going to be knocked out for the procedure. And probably staying overnight so they can monitor me. And this is not just a regular extraction. There's a couple of complications because of the cancer, and but it should be more or less fairly safe and simple if having all my teeth pulled out routine. Then there's that period of adjustment after that. I cannot get dentures until after I have had the chemo and radiation, which will be ending in about 8 weeks. So tomorrow I get my teeth removed. Next Monday I'm going to have a fairly extensive day at the 18-8 salon at Del Amo Fashion Center, where I'm going to have a person with an adversarial relationship with my hair, that being my mother, tell the people at the salon what to remove, because I will never tell them to remove enough. Both the chemo and the radiation are going to be hard on my hair and my beard, and if I keep this long length and thickness of beard and hair, that will add weight, and which will become dead weight fairly quickly, and may cause my hair to fall out more extensively than it might otherwise. So, for the first time in, about a decade, I'm going to have a close haircut and a tightly trimmed beard with these coming off. I don't know, do you think I should auction them off? Well, let me know. And then the day after I have the haircut and beard trim, I go back to the hospital so that they can do an alginate mask of my face, head, and shoulders. That's the same procedure that they would put me through if my head was exploding in Raiders of the Lost Ark. They'll give me tubes for breathing, and nose and or mouth, and pour a semi-solid alginate solution over me. I've had it done before. I've had masks made. The stuff goes on like a paste and sets over the course of 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, depending on the temperature it is when it goes on, into a mold, which then they'll pull off while it is setting. They're going to put me in the CT scanner to make sure that they've got as close to 100% pinpoint accuracy on the location of the cancer relative to my face and bone structure as they can get. This will go into they'll make a plaster cast of my face, head, and shoulders, and that will be used to make the plastic restraining mesh that will go over my head and shoulders when I'm getting the actual radiation treatments. Which it's a mesh, it's open, it's just going to hold me perfectly immobile so that there's no doubt that they're shooting the right thing with the radiation. And hopefully that will reduce the amount of additional tissue damage that's done. Some things are going to happen. My mouth is going to be dry. for the duration of the radiation, and quite possible for a long time afterwards. The tissue around the base of my tongue is going to be weakened and damaged, so I'm going to have have to really keep hydrating so that I have the lubrication. And I have exercises to do for strengthening the base of my tongue. Not unlike exercises I've had to do in theater before. So I'm almost prepared for this. Then the 8th of February, I start the radiation treatments, which are going to happen once a day over the course of 5 days during the week for 6 weeks. I also, on that day, the 8th of February, will start my chemotherapy, where after the radiation treatment, I walk to the next building over and sit in a nice recliner. They pump me full of fluids, and some of which will be the chemicals for killing the cancer, some of which will be steroids for preventing me from becoming too nauseous from the chemicals, because the chemotherapy drugs are harsh in the extreme. I need to hydrate a lot before I go in for those, as much as 2 liters of fluid in the morning before I go in. That is, and at least half of that electrolytes. So I've got a bunch of Powerade Zero and Gatorade G2 that I'm just going to have to chug like no one's business before radiation, after radiation, on my way into my chemo appointment, to get my kidneys nice and juicy, as they put it, so that the chemicals from the chemotherapy won't hang out my kidneys. I'll just flush those out from there, but they'll still have their chance to do their work at the site of the cancer. So, no teeth for 8 weeks, 6 weeks of radiation chemo, surgery tomorrow, and an alginate mask being produced next week. That's the steps. Some of my hair is going to fall out, especially the stuff on the sides. I'm probably going to lose all of the sideburns and the beard here. Right now I'm keeping them kind of thick, mostly because my lymph nodes have swollen to the point where they're actually rounding my face out a little bit more. And the beard has been concealing that, and it's time for me to not have that. Once all of the cancer treatments are done, then I get fitted for a pair of dentures and proceed to try and build myself back up. I have between a 70 and an 80% chance of a full recovery with this course of action. It's a form of cancer that is very responsive to being treated by this course of action, one of the most easily dealt with forms of cancer, even while it is one of the fastest growing. So while there has been a little bit of a delay for the scheduling for the dental surgery, that delay is over, and a few doctors got involved in hurrying things up. I have very good doctors. I have a great deal of confidence in my oncologist, my radiation oncologist, my dental surgeon, the cosmetic dentist, my radiation dentist, who is taking care of everything around the extraction. My personal doctor, my primary care physician, has been wonderful through this. Eight weeks. It's 8 weeks now to the end of the prescribed treatments. 2 months. I'm going to be miserable for this week because, well, I'm having all my teeth pulled. And I'll be in the hospital overnight from that, which will give me access to the hospital's advanced pain management, yay, morphine, and then coming home with what pain medications they can prescribe me. I'm already on 2 pain medications that have prefixes of oxy, so I don't know how much more they can give me. And with all of this going on, I have a couple of down days planned. I've been trying to work as this has gone along. Obviously, the vlogs have suffered. I'm not as productive as I have been in the past. I don't have as many productive days or as many productive hours in my day. I have to sleep. I have to sleep a lot. And I have to get out and be more active and walk so that I'm building up my personal fitness so that my body has more ability to withstand what it's going to go through the radiation and the chemo. I hopefully will be getting back to the gym while I'm doing this, but I need to start the radiation because just starting the radiation and getting going with that will stop the bleeding that I've been having and hopefully start the process of shrinking some of the swelling and make it possible for me to function again. I'm on a lot of painkillers at the moment. If you notice me rambling, I ramble a lot anyway. But this is a rambly kind of state of existence. I've gotten a lot of support from my family and from my friends who are here and present with me, and my friends online. I've gotten a lot of encouragement. There are people who watch how I'm doing and who are supportive and loving and who have given me a great deal of hope. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your faith that I have the qualities necessary to undergo this. I'm going to beat this. I mean, it's not a question in my mind. I have to. I've got a set of reasonably simple, if uncomfortable, hoops to jump through if I don't want to die from cancer. And, okay. This doesn't mean that I haven't taken the time to make sure all the proper paperwork for if things go wrong is in place. That's just like putting on a parachute if I'm going to be flying an airplane. Doesn't mean I plan on jumping out of the airplane. It means if something happens, I've got a parachute. So advanced directives and wills and whatnot and conversations with the people involved in those documents so they know what's going on. I've got a folder on my desktop here labeled open in case of my death, which has specific notes for a number of people who will have things to do if something should happen to me. My wife, my personal assistant, my son. I don't intend anyone to be opening that file for a very long time. I'll be updating it once a year with information regarding what's actually going on in my life because I'm getting past this. I'm just getting past it. Plan for the worst. Hope for the best. Beat the squamous. I will try to keep updating as things go along. That means there will be some updates where my hair is in a different fashion. There will be a number of updates where I don't have teeth. And that's going to be interesting to see how I cope. In the meantime, thank you for your attention. Thank you for your concern. And I will be in touch.